In this in this video, we're going to be interviewing Olivia Faye. She's from Nashville, and she's a singer, songwriter, and actress. If you want to see more videos like this and interviews, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Not only does this help the artists and bands that we, it helps the channel and also helps the artists as well because it helps promote them. More views they get, the better, right? So this is episode number 34, and I'm very excited about this episode. And I'm going to welcome Olivia Faye to the channel. I'm going to unmute her and bring her in.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, thank you so much for being in here.
Oh my gosh, of course. I love that it's episode number 34. We were both just before the interview talking about dyslexia, and I'm dyslexic, and my lucky number is 43. So backwards, number 34. I don't know. Maybe there's something good to it.
Awesome. Well, let's get started by you just introducing yourself a little bit, just a little bit, because we don't give all the good stuff away.
Okay. Well, I'm Olivia Faye. I'm a singer-songwriter here in Nashville. I've been pursuing my career in country music for the past 5 years here in Nashville. My hometown is Murray, Kentucky, so I'm very lucky. It's only 2 hours away, and I love to go home and visit my family, and I love to go. I'm always kind of bad, but I'm just nose to the grindstone, trying to be successful here in Nashville in the industry.
Nice. Of course, we had a perfect connection right before we went live, and now the connections get a little messy. But Scott Reeves is in here. He's our moderator. So don't forget in the chat to ask Olivia your questions, and we'll get those answered, and we'll get back to that as well. We'll do that a couple times. So icebreaker questions. What's your favorite outdoor activity?
Ooh, my favorite outdoor activity? Well, I have so many outdoor activities that I love, but it's between sitting in a deer stand or sitting on the dock on the water fishing, between those two.
Nice. You a morning person? You like getting up early and doing that, or?
Yes, morning person.
Awesome. All right. So other than family, what do you miss most about Kentucky?
You have room to stretch. You can get out of the big city and take a deep breath and not see cranes in the horizon. It's just wide open fields and peaceful out of all the hustle and bustle of Nashville.
Nice. So what year did you move to Nashville?
What year? I'm not very good with years. I was, I guess, 20. So like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I can't do the math.
So that makes you about 25 now then.
Yes.
All right. So you have many talents and stuff. What do you enjoy doing more? The music or being an actress or acting?
I always love acting. It's so much fun, and I have no fear when it comes to acting. But my heart's always been more so in the music. Just I love songwriting, I love performing, and I love recording songs. So if I had to choose between the two, it's probably music.
Okay. Did you do any acting and stuff in school, like high school and stuff like that, like drama? Or?
I didn't in school, but growing up, we had this, and it's still there, a community theater in my hometown in Murray, Kentucky. And I started there at Playhouse in the Park when I was 6 years old. I just love to be in front of people, and I'm the baby in the family, so I was used to getting attention and being the little performer. So my mom put me into some plays right away when I turned 6, and I just loved it.
Nice. That was the next question. What's your earliest memory of performing on stage, whether it's singing or acting?
Yes, it probably in a play at Playhouse. I was in multiple plays, but I was in the play Jungle Book, and I didn't have any speaking parts. There was no lines, but I was a monkey, and I just had to run across the stage, and I just had so much fun doing it.
That's cute. You've had some amazing, highlights in your career, and I've watched tons of interviews with you, trying to learn more about you and stuff, doing my homework. Um, and I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But uh, what is your favorite highlight so far, you think?
That's a good one. American Idol was fun, and I've opened up for some awesome people. But last year, one of the more surreal things that I really enjoyed was when a music video of mine premiered on CMT. I grew up watching CMT and always loving watching the music videos and admiring the artist. And I would always pretend to have my own music videos and singing along. So I think really out of all the cool things that I've been able and lucky enough to be a part of, having a video premiere on CMT was probably my highlight.
Yeah, hopefully that's not the only one. Hopefully you have a ton more coming.
I sure hope.
Um, Speaking of American Idol, give me one word to describe being on American Idol.
Ooh, one word to describe being on American Idol. I'd have to say exhausting. Exhausting in multiple ways. It was mentally exhausting because you had to be on at all times, filming and knowing you're on camera and oh my gosh, this is going to be on live television. What if my ex-boyfriend sees this? Do I look good? And it was emotionally exhausting because you really grow to love and like these people you're on the show with, and then whenever they have to go home, it's just like that. They're just back to the airport, going home like that, and then it was just exhausting. They would keep us up late night, physically exhausting. They would keep us up like super late at night to be learning songs and working on songs with your duet partner and practicing with the vocal coach and things for the performance. So it was a fun experience. I enjoyed it, but I think I slept for 2 days when I got back home.
Wow. Um, if you could change anything about American Idol, what would it have been?
American Idol, those kind of shows and stuff, so much about having a story. And I'm very lucky that I don't have anything horribly tragic and sad that has happened in my life to really have, such a compelling story. But if I could change anything, I don't know, maybe I'd make up some crazy story or something because that seems to really work with America, falling in love with the contestants. And I mean, that's what it's all about. They're casting a TV show and they
Yeah,
want it to be interesting. So maybe I'll find something to spice it up a bit.
awesome. Well, Priscilla Wise has a question.
Oh, I know that girl and I love her.
Favorite venue?
Oh, okay.
For
So
you.
someone actually was just asking me this recently as well. There's so many fun places I love to play, and I know Priscilla has been to the Listening Room Cafe where she's seen me perform. That is definitely my favorite venue. I was just playing this afternoon downtown Nashville for a bunch of tourists, and it's fun. But somewhere like the Listening Room, people are in there just like literally just only listen to the music. They're not just at a bar and there's background music. They're there to hear every word of the songs that you've written or that you choose to perform. So that's one thing I love so much about the Listening Room, and I think that's why it's my favorite venue.
Nice. Um, who are some of your biggest influences?
So I have a lot of influences. I'm the youngest of three, and my parents are kind of old. So I grew up listening to everything that my sister loves, like Shania Twain, all the way to like Jackson Brown and the Beatles. So I have so many influences. But being raised in Kentucky, I just automatically loved country music, and I'm super inspired by writers and artists like Dolly Parton, who are multi instrumentalists and amazing songwriters and just amazing people. So she's probably one of my biggest inspirations in music, and I love how she can do it all.
Nice. So you were going to play a song for us, right?
I'm gonna play a song for you.
Okay, cool. So we're going to give this a try. Obviously, this is a live interview, and we're doing it remotely, so your connection's not always the best on these. But we're going to give it a try.
Do you have a preference of song?
No, no, just whatever you want to do.
Okay. Here's the song that one of the songs I had a CMT premiere with. So this one's called Singing Hallelujah. Didn't know someone like you existed. I was headed down the path of least resistance. I was going where I had to go, not to be alone. Now I just wanna be alone with you. Wanna slow dance barefoot in the kitchen, loving you. It's my new religion. I swear it happens right here with you. If we make a mess, boy, we'll make it better. I'll make the bed, mess it together, baby. You're back and true. Got me singing hallelujah. Singing hallelujah. Life is like a puzzle in your heart. Boy, I've never felt so damn close to home. You're so good to me, it's good for me. Good for this rest of soul. There's only one place, baby, I wanna go. I wanna slow dance barefoot in the kitchen. Loving you, it's my religion. I swear it happens right here with you. If we make a mess, boy, we'll make it better. I'll make the bed, mess it up together, baby. You're correct. Got me singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Being with you, baby, it's just so easy. Swear it feels like angels sing to me. Come on, baby, let's go dance barefoot in the kitchen. Loving you, it's my new religion. I swear I have it right here with you. And if we make a mess, boy, we'll make it better. I'll make the bed, mess it up together, baby. You're correct, I'm true. Got me singing hallelujah. Singing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right.
Awesome. Right, don't forget to change that setting.
All right.
Awesome. That was awesome. That was really, really good. And I wish that we had a little bit better connection because the connection doesn't do it justice. But that was awesome.
Well, that song is on Spotify and Apple Music, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so everybody go check it out after this interview, not right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so when did you write that one? And what's the story behind it a little bit?
Okay, yeah. So that song, during the COVID time, 2020, everyone was just locked inside with their loved ones, and it was totally make or break for many relationships. Well, I had just started dating this awesome guy in 2019, and then we got to know each other very quickly in 2020, being trapped together all the time. And it was honestly such an awesome experience and only made me love him even more. So a lot of inspiration from that song came from my boyfriend, Taylor. And that's why it's like slow dance, barefoot in the kitchen. It's just like so true to us and how we. So I got together with some friends, Corey English and Evan Klein, and we wrote that song together, and we called it Singing Hallelujah. So Evan actually produced that song, and we wrote it, and then I recorded it with Evan last year, and we released it last March, and it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Nice. Everybody, don't forget if you want to ask some questions in the chat window, we'll get those answered for you, and
Yes, some questions.
makes it more interesting. I always say to every episode, my questions suck. So, and all the listeners have better questions than me. So, let's go with
I
the
like
listeners'
your
questions,
question.
not mine. Um, what do you enjoy more, writing, recording, or performing?
It's such a tough one. There's things I like about every single part of the journey of a song. I love writing because I'm such a people person and getting together. It's so exciting to see a song come to life. And I love collaborating. I love other people's thoughts. And so funny how you can go in a room with a title and then they turn that song into something else your brain would have never even thought of. And then you love it even more. So I really love the writing aspect. Recording is so much fun. I love being in a studio, being behind a microphone and recording a song and making it yours and hearing the vision of the song and then truly hearing it come to life. So much fun. And then yet again, being a people person, I love performing because I love to be out in front of people and then them coming up to me and saying, "Oh my gosh, this song, I can relate to it because of X, Y, and Z." And that's always so inspiring. But out of the three, my favorite part of the journey is probably recording. I just love it. I love being in the studio.
Nice. Um, Studio musicians and stuff. You kind of stay with the same ones, or you've been meeting all different new ones? Every song, or how does that work?
Yeah, I've used a lot of the same people over and over who play certain instruments, but the way that Nashville is changing, it's so wild. Everybody has a studio in their home now,
Mhm.
and there's so many producers that I'm lucky enough to write with who are like Evan, for instance, with Singing Hallelujah. He was like, well, the guy that I had produced it, and he had a studio in his home, and he played the instruments on the songs, and so that just blew me away. The way the music industry has changed is quite wild. So sometimes for certain things, I will go back and use the same people I've used in the past. But now, just when you're writing with producers, it's kind of like a 2 for 1. You
Right.
get to write the song with them, and then they help produce it. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, that's awesome. What helps you in your writing process? Everybody has little things they do.
I don't know if mine is like something that I do every time and go in and that it helps me in my writing process other than coffee. That really helps. But honestly, just real life experiences and then turning those into song titles and song ideas, and then going into the right with a pretty solid idea or even just a title. And then you kind of talk about what it means to each person and their perspective. And then we kind of just start with like, is this a happy song? Is this sad? Are we going to switch it up? And it sounds like it's sad, but you make it happy. So it's just so much fun collaborating. I have a co-write on Tuesday morning. And I just can't wait to get with those girls because we always write fun stuff together.
Nice. Here's another great question. Anyone that you've been starstruck by?
Yes, actually. So one of my favorite artist of all times is Chris Stapleton. He's so phenomenal. He's also from Kentucky, like me, and he's just such a badass. His vocals are unreal. How he
Mhm.
plays the guitar is unreal. So I recently went to a music festival in Franklin, Tennessee, and he was one of the headliners. And he was up there with his wife, Morgan. They're truly a match made in heaven because their vocals together, like sent from the gods above, sent from heaven. And all of a sudden, I was watching them, and within the first song, I'm like, what is this sensation that I'm feeling? Why am I crying right now? And I was just so starstruck, but also so in awe by those two being on stage together and just loving every single song that they sing and they play. And so, yes, I was totally, totally starstruck by Chris Stapleton and his wife, Morgan.
Yeah. Thanks for that question. That was a really great question. Um, yeah, you want to play another song? You want to give it another try?
Yes, let's do it. Let
All right.
me do this little thing real quick. Okay, let's play another song. Let me do it right here. hands around my heart. Don't know when I quit laughing. Turn me into someone I didn't recognize. He put his hands on me in my apartment. I was broken when it happened, but it took something drastic to see the light. Now I do whatever I want, turn the radio up. Nobody's gonna change the station. Everyone's in a rush, looking for love. Being alone is underrated. I fell in love with my freedom. Clear eyes and blue skies and dreams. Dancing and don't need a reason. I fell in love with this feeling. It's like the sunshine and beach. Don't worry about nothing, I'm breezing. I fell in love with my freedom. Might just book me a flight, a little Miami Vice. Feeling myself cause it's been a minute. Up like New York at night, kiss whoever I like. Let him show me what I've been missing. What I've been missing. Oh, I fell in love with my freedom. Clear eyes and blue skies and dreaming. Dancing and don't need a reason. Oh, I fell in love with this feeling. It's like LA and sunshine beach. Don't worry about nothing, I'm breezing. I fell in love with my freedom. I fell in love with my freedom, yeah. Broke away from the chains, I'm wide awake. 'Cause I fell in love with my freedom. Clear eyes and blue skies and dreaming. Dancing and don't need a reason. I fell in love with this feeling. It's like LA and sunshine and beach. Don't worry about nothing, I'm breezing. 'Cause I fell in love with my freedom. I fell in love with my freedom, yeah. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Freedom, freedom.
Nice.
All right, well, that's my most recent release.
Errol Wilson says, great song.
Thank you, Daryl.
I might know that person. That's my brother.
I love it.
I'm pretty sure, unless he has the same name. You want to talk about that song a little bit?
Sure. So that's a song I wrote several years ago. It kind of took me a while to release it just because it's kind of on a heavy topic of getting out of a really toxic, really horrible relationship. So I finally released that song last July, and it means a lot to me. When I wrote that song, I was in a really tough place of healing from a really toxic relationship, and that's one thing I love so much about music is how healing it can be. So I've performed that song out for a few years now, and so many people would come up to me and say, I need that song, I need that song. It means so much to me, and I feel like every word of it is something that I've gone through. So unfortunately, several people could relate to that song, and now I'm so glad I could put it out there to truly hopefully help inspire others to just find, happiness in their freedom, and that being alone is not so bad. It's underrated because you can just be free to be you. So yeah, that's In Love with My Freedom. That song you can also stream anywhere online, and that song means so much to me.
Nice. That's one of your more recent releases, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Priscilla was telling me you have a thing you host. It's called Song Suffragettes. Is that how you say it? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Absolutely. So the Song Suffragettes group, which I'm a part of, is so awesome. It's all about women in country music, because there's so many statistics talking about how women in country music are totally underplayed on the radio. It's like 1 out of 10 songs on the radio that you hear is maybe a female artist. So we're just women who are like to empower other women, and we are just trying to have equal airplay as everybody else on the radio. So we play at the Listening Room Cafe every Monday night. Actually, there's 2 shows now. You can go to 6:30 or you can go to 8 p.m. Or is it 6 and 8:30? The dyslexia. I don't know. It's one of those. You can get on Song Suffragette's Instagram and YouTube channel and website, and you will know for sure. But I love being a part of those rounds and collaborating with so many talented women. It's super fun because every time it's different and you're with different people up there. So I just love that aspect of it too, that you're getting to meet other super creative, talented women in the country music industry. And I can't tell you how many girls that I've met from that show that I'm now super close friends with and that I write with every week. So I'm very thankful to be a song suffragette.
Nice. Stacy said, "So beautiful." She's talking about the song that came. She sent that a little earlier.
Thank you, Stacy.
And also there's an open mic thing you do too, right? That's at, was it Fox and Lock?
Yes, there's a place out in Leapers Fork. So when I was 19, before I moved to Nashville, I would drive to Leapers Fork with my mom on Thursday nights. She would go with me so I wouldn't have to be alone. And I would sign up on this list to play open mic. It is formerly known as Puckett's, and it has such a special place in my heart. So still to this day, I love to go on Thursday nights and do my little open mic night out there with all my friends that I've been friends with since before moving to Nashville. And it's also filled with so many crazy, talented people. And I highly recommend anytime anyone's in Nashville or in the Middle Tennessee area that they make a little trip out there to Leapers Fork, because you will see for yourself just how charming and beautiful it is out there. And the amount of talent is unreal.
And when I was doing my homework and listening to other interviews, I heard about Puckett's, and I didn't realize that was, it changed hand or
Yeah,
names.
it just got bought last
Yeah.
year by an owner who is also very passionate about Leapers Fork. So it's really keeping that small town charm, and I'm so thankful for that.
Any new music coming out in the near future?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have 3 new songs coming out. I'm about to hop in the studio and record them this month, so I'm super pumped about that. But I'm in the of signing like 3 deal, and I can't talk much about it right now because it's still in the
Right.
legal process, which is exciting. But we're about to wrap that up, and yeah, I cannot wait to release new music, and I'm excited to do it very soon.
Awesome. So we're on the tail end of this interview, and if you have any more questions, don't let's get them answered, and or ask them, and we'll answer them for you. So what's your future goals?
Okay,
Short
so
term and long term.
I should actually show you my vision board. It's over there, but some short-term goals. I want to definitely make it on some awesome Spotify playlists with this new music that I'm putting out. And I would love to be an opening act on a tour with, an artist that I really look up to, which there's a lot. And that's kind of short term. And I would love to play some festivals. But long term, I would love to have super successful songs on the radio and worldwide that can really touch people's heart and reach all over the world, to hopefully inspire people through my music. And I would love to tour the world and play those songs live for people, and hopefully just do very positive things throughout my career in country music.
Priscilla, definitely want to see that vision.
Okay, you want to see the vision board? Some of it's a little rednecky and embarrassing. Just hang tight. I'll be right back.
And we have another great question from Daryl about dream collaboration for a duet. So we'll ask her about that in a second when she gets back with her vision board.
Okay, here's the vision board. Is it backwards or is it?
No, it's correct on my side.
Okay, so let's see. Here's TikTok, because TikTok seems to be the big thing these days, helping so many artist. I want to have some of my songs on TikTok go viral and hopefully really reach some folks that it can inspire and that will like the music. Here is a Spotify playlist. It's called New Boots. It's kind of a big deal playlist here in Nashville that I want to be the cover of. I want to be on the cover of that playlist. Some of these are kind of personal and embarrassing. Oh, also same with Hot Country playlist. That's another really big one on Spotify that I would like to get on. Let's see. Change the rules. I like that. Putting that on there, like how we just talked about. With country music, the women's airplay is not exactly the same as it is with men. So I want to change the rules a bit. Obviously, CMT, I want to keep on having a great relationship with them and have things be, successful on that end so my music can keep getting on CMT, the music videos. Here's some money just because I really want to be making a little more money than I am now, living off my tip jar, because that would help with recording new songs. And then here's the rednecky part I'm talking about. Where it says big bucks await, you might be thinking I'm talking about money, but I'm also talking about deer.
Okay.
So that's just the quick little version, but yeah, there's a lot to uncover here.
Awesome. All right, let's get to Daryl's question. I like this question. Dream collaboration for a duet.
Ooh, that's such a good one. I talked about Chris Stapleton already. That would be totally a dream, but someone else that I really, really love right now. Well, I've always really loved their music since it came out, but I love Brothers Osborne, and I think it'd be so cool if they would do a duet with a female. And I actually got the chance to kind of just meet them in passing last fall at a music festival in California. And I just love them even more after getting to meet them in person. So that would be cool. I'm obsessed with their voices and their music, everything about Brothers Osborne. Another cool one I would love would be Miranda Lambert. She was one of my absolute favorite artists when I was first starting out music, and I still love her so much now. I remember when I was 12 years old, I was learning her song, Famous in a Small Town, on guitar and singing it to everyone, probably horribly, but that would also be a dream collaboration to a female collaboration I would love.
Awesome. Stacy loves your board.
Oh, thank you, Stacy.
All right. Well, where can people find your music? You've already said a couple times, Spotify, or some other places.
Yeah, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, literally anywhere you stream music, it's there. And you can check out some of my music videos on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. And I have a website, oliviafaye.com. There it is. And linked right above my name is my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What is that one? Is that? I don't know what that
That's
middle one.
Spotify. That's YouTube. That's Spotify. And
Oh yeah, that's YouTube. Yep. So you can find me everywhere.
I get lost with my cursor sometimes. Sorry.
That's okay. I would too.
Yeah. That's. Do you sell hard copies and do you have merch and stuff like that, or?
No, that's where this part of the vision board comes in. This part.
All right.
So not yet, but hopefully if this part, the TikTok and all these playlists start happening, then maybe I can make a little more money and put out some awesome merch with some of my new songs, because trust me, I already have it all. I have a vision of how the merch would be in my head to go with these songs that I have. So I don't have that yet, but for now we can be friends on the internet.
One more question here. Being from Kentucky, basketball fan?
Daryl, you already know. My parents met at University of Kentucky, so we are diehard.
Nice. You do the March Madness where you do your brackets and all that. You do that every year?
I don't really do the brackets, but I'm just always rooting for Kentucky. So.
Okay. Cool. Well, I really appreciate you being on here with us.
Well, thank you, Chris. I enjoyed it.
Oh, we were talking about this before we went live about she has guitar picks.
You know what? I just had one, but I just sat it down to go grab my vision board. But I do have awesome guitar picks. So if you come to a live show, they have my face right on them.
Yep, and like I said, I have one. I have one as well. So
Well, I have a bunch of them. They're just right over there.
awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on here. I know you're a busy person, and I'm honored to have you on here with us. So
Yes, thank you for having me. This is so much fun. And I appreciate all your questions. And thank you, Stacy and Daryl and Priscilla, everyone out there asking the questions.
Scott's moderating, so can't forget Scott. He's back there helping out and deleting all the bad messages and all that crap.
Okay, good. We need you, Scott.
I was gonna say something else. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, this is great, and really appreciate you being on here. So,
Of course. Thank you so much.
oh, do you have anything else to plug or anything? You want to add anything before we get off?
Just really plug in to be friends with me on the internet because numbers, it's all a numbers game these days. So go stream the songs and add me on Instagram.
Yeah, go follow her on Instagram, play her music, share her music, uh, or her YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the like
Yeah.
button because more likes we get on this video, more views she'll get. It's funny how it works like that, but it does work like that. Yeah. So everybody, thank you for watching and go straight home.
Thank you.